So, apparently there's an aftermath of this show now.
And us of all people are tasked to host it.
To be honest, after being eliminated so early, I'm actually somewhat glad to be receiving this spotlight again. But keep in mind, the one providing us with more acknowledgement is Meowth.
Why did Medicham assign her of all people to be host again? Who knows. Speaking of which, where even is Meowth? Well, there's our answer.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome one and all to the spectacular debut of the Survivor Science Series, hosted by yours truly, the one, the only, Meowth! I'm starting to regret my decision already. For those of you that are not aware of me, I was a competitor on Teddy Garmin's TPI classified as Total Pokemon Survivor Island, in which I was unfairly eliminated 9th. But today, I'm here to bring you all my very own aftermath. But I am not here alone. Joining me, we have 4 fellow competitors eliminated from Total Pokemon Survivor Island. Charmeleon, 10th eliminated from Total Pokemon Survivor Island, will be entrusted with evaluating the performance of other previously eliminated competitors.
No comment.
Drapion, 8th eliminated from Total Pokemon Survivor Island, will be entrusted with evaluating the votes cast as elimination. Arbok, eliminated 11th from Total Pokemon Survivor Island, will be entrusted with hosting a segment classified as Truth or Dare, where you wonderful viewers will be capable of asking one competitor, including myself or any of the 4 hosts, a Truth or Dare. I mean, that's how Truth or Dare works. And last, but certainly not least, Staravia, 4th eliminated from Total Pokemon Survivor Island, will be entrusted with hosting a segment asking a question to you wonderful viewers. Wait, hold on. Meowth, aren't you aware? Us 4 aren't the only ones hosting alongside you. Huh? What are you talking about?
Apparently there is one more host assigned by Medicham that is yet to show up.
Hold on. Turn off the spotlight for a moment. What do you mean there's another host assigned to this aftermath? I was never informed of this. Oh, why hello there. It's nice to see you again, sister. What? What the hell do you think you're doing here? Oh, sweetie, you were never informed? I was consulted by Medicham herself to host alongside you within this aftermath. Then why wouldn't she inform me beforehand, when we're not live on fucking camera? You're gonna have to consult her about that, not me. Fuck it, I'm resorting to that.
Meowth, don't you think that's somewhat unprofessional? As you stated, this is live for all of YouTube to see.
I'm not in the mood to hear it, Drapion. I'm getting to the bottom of this. Previously, on Total Pokemon Survivor Island. Medicham! What the? Meowth, what do you want? I'm in the middle of hosting an episode for the first instance in almost 2 years. I'm calling to consult you about your decision to test my sister as co-host while not informing me. I tried to inform you, but you hung up midway while informing you of the aftermath in the first place. I was excited to construct the aftermath, okay? It's the only redeeming factor of my elimination. But that's not the point. The point is, why would you consult her of all people to co-host the aftermath? She never even participated in the show. Well, why not? The position was open and an episode hasn't been posted in almost 2 years, so... But, listen, Meowth, I don't have time for this. I'm in the middle of hosting an episode. Medicham? Medicham! Damn it, she hung up! So, what did she say? What exactly did Medicham assign you to do as co-host? You might have actually been aware if you're actually paying attention, sweetie. She assigned me with special guests. A task been more suitable for me than you, wouldn't you say? Oh, you want go?
Meowth! Meowth! Calm down. Take it from me that being excessively aggravated is only going to hinder you. And besides, we need to progress with the show anyways.
You're right. The show must go on. So anyways, let's begin by bringing in our first guest, and then later proceed to transition to other segments. So, our first guest, the first eliminated from Total Pokemon Survivor Island, did not acknowledge this game was serious, and was eliminated in favor of me. Please give a warm welcome to... Munchlax! I said, please give a warm welcome to... Munchlax! Munchlax, get your phone screen texting ass in here. Fine, like, what is it? Hello, Munchlax. How's everything been? Fuck it, I'm not even gonna bother with that question. So Munchlax, how does it feel to be first eliminated from Total Pokemon Survivor Island? It was like bullshit. They eliminated me of all people first over you. So she chooses to respond to that of all questions. No wonder she was the first fucking eliminated. I heard that and get that spotlight out of my face. So Munchlax, if you lasted longer than you did, what would you have intended to do as you progress through the competition? You know what? Fuck this. Let's just transition to the next segment. Take it away, fucking Charmeleon!
God damn, she really needs to calm the hell down. Oh wait, shit, I'm live. Hello everyone, Charmeleon here, and welcome to my segment in which we discuss the occurrences of the competitors while they are still in the competition, and summarize what exactly justifies their elimination, and the first instance of this being none other than Munchlax. She, as well as the remainder of us, joined within episode 1, in which she seemed solely focused on her phone, to the extent in which she rushed to the island as a means of charging it while it was on low battery. She didn't do much relevant due to that up until Meowth acknowledged the fact that she was not participating within the challenge, and later proceeded to classify her as lazy, to which Munchlax proceeded to throw a Pokeball at her due to that, which I will provide her with credit for. As the challenge progressed, she was surprisingly among Team Yveltal's last lines of defense, but her along with Machop and Shellos were later taken out via the same Pokeball. At elimination, despite Meowth's incentive displayed to assume leadership of Kricketot, we ultimately decided to keep her from Munchlax due to the lack of contribution. So in summary, what factored into Munchlax's elimination is due to the fact she was only concerned about her phone and disregarded her surroundings, which rendered her as a liability to her team. And that is why Munchlax is here today. So anyways, it is time to transition to the next segment. Take it away, Drapion. Thank you, Charmeleon. Hello everyone, Drapion here, and within this segment, I'll be elaborating on the votes cast to elimination. So without further ado, let's proceed. Those that received votes were Munchlax and Meowth. Those that voted in favor of Munchlax were the following: Meowth, of course, Kricketot, Machop, Shellos, Stunky, Lickitung, Smeargle, and Piplup. Whereas those that voted in favor of Meowth were the following: Munchlax, of course, Beautifly, Chimchar, Starly, Charmander, Magikarp, and for whatever reason, Corphish. So as is displayed, the voting was a close 8-7 majority, with a extent majority being in favor of Munchlax. So that is all regarding the votes regarding Munchlax's elimination. Back to you, Meowth.
Thank you, Drapion. So anyways, it's time to introduce our next special guest, the second competitor eliminated from Total Pokemon Survivor Island, acknowledged for his size, which is significantly increased upon evolution, which in addition renders a surprising instance of being eliminated so early on. Please give a warm welcome to Steelix.
Hello, Meowth. It's great to be here today. Though would you mind getting that spotlight out of my face?
So, Steelix, how was your time on the show?
I take it that's a no. But anyways, it was pretty good. I enjoyed my brief time on the show. I just wish I could have ranked farther than second eliminated.
That's good to hear, Steelix. Speaking of which, how do you feel that your elimination was due to sabotage?
I never expected that would occur. Not to sound arrogant or anything, but if it wasn't sabotage, then I probably would have ranked farther than I did.
So who would you say you're rooting in favor of?
I'll probably say Venusaur and his alliance. Despite the fact that they voted in favor of me, I was on fairly good terms with him and Flaffy, and I'm just hoping they could put Gastrodon and her alliance in their place.
Alright, so one final question before we transition to Charmeleon's segment. If you were still in the competition, what would you have intended to do as you progressed?
I probably would have utilized my size as a means of helping others, though that probably would have rendered me as somewhat of a threat.
Alright, thank you, Steelix, for actually providing me with legitimate answers.
What are you talking about?
Oh, it's nothing. Anyways, it's time to transition to the next segment. Take it away, Charmeleon.
Thank you, Meowth. So anyways, during the brief time span which Onyx was on the show, he stood out among the majority of competitors, so to speak. His incredible size was immediately acknowledged, and he was willing to help out others utilizing said size. Within the second episode, he teamed up with Bulbasaur and Mareep as a means of progressing throughout the challenge. However, the progression was hindered via Tyrant, who utilized Rock Throw, hindering them from reaching each other and forcing them to split up. Upon doing so, he found a plethora of eggs. However, Ekans managed to catch up with him and utilize hypnosis. And yes, it does happen to be a move she is incapable of utilizing, but whatever. Anyways, upon doing so, he cracked all of the eggs which he found, all of which contained yolk. At elimination, it was down to Onyx and Bulbasaur. However, due to Tyrant and Ekans' sabotage, the Xerneaces decided to eliminate Onyx. So essentially, what factored into Steelix's elimination wasn't the fact that was his fault. As he stated previously, had he not been sabotaged, he would have most likely ranked significantly farther than he previously did. However, that justifies why Steelix is here today. So anyways, it's time to transition to the next segment. Take it away, Drapion. Thank you, Charmeleon. So anyways, those who received votes casted against them were Onyx and Bulbasaur. Those that voted against Onyx were the following: Bulbasaur, Mareep, Gligar, Growlithe, Baneri, Ekans, Tyrant, Mawile, Snivy, Fletchling, Ralts, Pichu, Spiritomb, and myself. Whereas those that voted in favor of Bulbasaur was only Onyx, so the vote was almost unanimous, with Onyx receiving the overwhelming majority. So it's now time to transition to the next segment. Back to you, Meowth.
Thank you, Drapion. So anyways, it is time to introduce our next special guest. The 5th eliminator from Total Pokemon Survivor Island, displayed herself as a typist, which rendered herself as among the more infamous competitors implemented. I would like to say give a warm welcome to, but... just get in here, Servine. Get that spotlight out of my face, you inferior. Damn, glad to see you too, Servine. So anyways, how's your time on the show? Terrible. Aside from Venusaur, I was surrounded by nothing more than inferiors. That's good to hear. So anyways, I have a more primary question to ask. If you possess disdain from the majority of the cast solely factoring into their typings, then what justifies the fact that you chose to join them in the first place? I do not feel justified to state my reasoning to you, you inferior. Fine, whatever. So anyways, one last question since I'm getting tired of you. Who among the cast would you say you were rooting for? Weren't you capable of indicating who I was rooting for earlier? Venusaur, because he's the only non-inferior competitor still within the competition. Let's just transition to the next segment. Take it away, Charmeleon.
Thank you, Meowth. So anyways, while Snivy was within the show, she displayed herself as a typist, immediately berating Medicham, classifying her as the inferior as soon as she arrived on the island, and she was not afraid to classify others as inferior when provided the opportunity. Within the second challenge, she was paired up with that Pichu, but she left the group due to not wanting to be associated with those she classifies as inferior. Within the third challenge, she refused to eat what was served to her within the challenge since she did not want to eat anything given to her by an inferior, disqualifying her from the challenge. Within the fifth challenge, she didn't even attempt to participate due to justification we are already aware of, placing her and a plethora of other competitors up for elimination. At elimination, it was between Snivy and Fletchling. However, everyone was tired of Snivy excessively displaying typism and eliminated her. What factored into Servine's elimination doesn't particularly need to be justified, as she essentially eliminated herself by acknowledging herself as superior to the remainder of the established cast. And that is why Servine is here today. So it is now time to transition to the next segment. Take it away, Drapion. Thank you, Charmeleon. So anyways, those who received votes casted against them were Snivy and Fletchling. Those that voted in favor of Snivy were the following: Growlithe, Meowth, Piplup, Lickitung, Ralts, Klefki, and myself. Whereas those that voted in favor of Fletchling were the following: Snivy and Fletchling herself. Yes, that's right. Fletchling actually voted in favor of herself, which, to be honest, I'm not quite sure what justifies her voting in favor of herself. So as is displayed, the vote was a 7-2 majority, with said majority being in favor of Snivy. So it's time to transition to the next segment. Back to you, Meowth.
Thank you, Drapion. So anyways, it's time to introduce our next special guest. The 13th eliminator from Total Pokemon Survivor Island. His only concern while on the show realistically was of food, and surprisingly ranked farther than the majority of those currently eliminated. Please give a warm welcome to... Lickitung!
Wait, before we begin, I have an important question to ask. Is that spotlight edible?
So Lickitung, How was your time on the show?
It was great. I got to eat a lot of delicious food.
That's good to hear. So Lickitung, I have a more important question to ask. Why exactly did you decide to not participate in most challenges in favor of food?
I didn't exactly know how to answer that.
What do you mean you don't know how to answer that? It's a simplistic question.
What does simplistic mean? Is it something I can eat? Now I see what you mean by providing legitimate answers.
Never mind. So Lickitung, one last question before I transition to the next segment. If you were still in the competition, what would you intend to do as you progressed?
I'd probably eat some more food.
Good for you. So anyways, it's time to transition to the next segment. Take it away, Charmeleon.
Thank you, Meowth. So anyways, upon arrival, Lickitung immediately proved to be an inconvenience for Togetic to carry due to the fact that he excels in weight. However, he proceeds to rush to the island at the pace of light speed via the scent of food, displaying the fact that he essentially is the same as the majority of Lickitungs implemented to TPIs. During the first challenge, he was eliminated early within it due to swallowing a Pokeball thrown in his direction, stating that it was delicious. Speaking of which, I have to say, he has somewhat of a weird taste in food, but I'm not gonna judge. Within the second challenge, he was paired up with myself and Machop, and was barely capable of keeping up with us. Eventually, we reached a cave and managed to find a plethora of eggs, which we might have been capable of utilizing regarding the challenge. However, Lickitung apparently did not acknowledge said possibility and proceeded to eat all but one of said eggs, in which I prevented from doing so, which factored into my evolution. Within the third challenge, he managed to excel, ranking within the final two of the challenge, in which the final course served to him within the challenge was fried rowlets. However, Lickitung's Rowlet was still alive somehow and managed to attack him, enabling him to lose the challenge in favor of Tyrant. At elimination, it was between him and Magikarp. However, due to the fact that Magikarp was essentially a more primary liability to the team, we decided to eliminate him in favor of Lickitung. However, he did not do very much as a means of redeeming himself, as within all of the following challenges, he either threw the challenge in favor of food, or performed lackluster within the challenge. It wasn't until episode 13 that our team grew tired of this and decided to eliminate him in favor of Klefki. So essentially, what factored into Lickitung's elimination is that realistically his only incentive to join the show factored solely into the food provided, which rendered him as a liability to his team. And that is why Lickitung is here today. So anyways, it's now time to transition to the next segment. Take it away, Drapion. Thank you, Charmeleon. Hello everyone, Drapion here. And I would just like to state that this will be the last instance of my segment occurring for today, due to the fact that our upcoming guests were not eliminated via votes. But regardless, let's progress with this segment. Those that received votes casted against them were Lickitung, Klefki, and Chimchar. Those that voted in favor of Lickitung were the following: Kricketune, Chimchar, Smeargle, Piplup, and Mawile. Those that voted in favor of Klefki were the following: Machoke, Gastrodon, Tyrantrum, and Lickitung. Whereas the only one to vote against Chimchar was, for whatever reason, Klefki. So as is displayed, the voting was a fairly close majority of 5 to 4, with said majority being in favor of Lickitung. So that is all for this segment. Back to you, Meowth.
Thank you, Drapion. So anyways, it is time to introduce our next special guest. The 14th eliminated from Total Pokemon Survivor Island was among the more nobly displayed competitors, and the cause of his elimination was due to the fact that he quit in favor of Piplup. Please give a warm welcome to Smeargle.
Hello, Meowth. Could you please move that spotlight if possible? Trust me, you wouldn't want to ask that question.
So, Smeargle, how was your time on the show?
I see what you mean. Anyways, I had a great experience. I got to make friends, join an alliance, and even managed to get a girlfriend.
That's good to hear. So, Smeargle, do you in any way regret your decision?
Well, yes and no. I didn't want for my experience to be cut short or to leave Piplup alone, but at the same time, she has her alliance members to support her and help her to progress and to gain more confidence in herself, so I'm sure she'll be capable of winning. And if not, I'll be proud of her regardless. So in that aspect, no, I do not regret quitting. You did a very noble thing, Smeargle. Thank you, Steelix.
So aside from Piplup, who would you say you are rooting for?
I'd say Kricketune. He was the first witch I told that I liked Piplup, and he's a really cool person.
I strongly disagree, but okay. So, Smeargle, one last question before we transition to the next segment. Had you not quit, what would you intend to do as you progressed?
I'd probably do what I intended to do while still within the competition. To attempt for Piplup to gain more confidence in herself.
That's good to hear. So anyways, it's time to transition to the next segment. Take it away, Charmeleon.
Thank you, Meowth. So anyways, upon arrival, Smeargle displayed himself as a passionate artist who joined the show to utilize his art skills in many new ways. However, as the show progressed, he soon transitioned into more than his previously established character. Within the second episode, he and Piplup met, and Piplup displayed similar interests to that of Smeargle, establishing a bond between the two. There are many instances afterwards in which Smeargle went out of his way as a means of helping Piplup, such as when episode 3, in which to ensure that neither of them were eliminated from the challenge within the first round at the very least, he had the idea for the two of them to eat their avocados simultaneously. Within the fifth episode, him and Piplup met once again, in which they revealed the alliances they happened to be within. And upon hearing that Piplup was forced into Meowth's alliance, he agreed to help her get out of it via eliminating Meowth. Within the sixth episode, Smeargle was alone since his alliance members were not present at that time. He soon stumbled upon Luvdisc on shore, who he proceeds to help. Said Luvdisc appreciates his help and provides him with a hard scale upon being made aware that he likes Piplup. Later on within said episode, he excelled against what was supposedly classified as his fear, with ease. Within the seventh episode, he was paired up with that Piplup. However, despite his best efforts, he lost in favor of Lopunny. Within the ninth challenge, him as well as his alliance were taken out fairly easily due to Zora acknowledging their hiding spot as obvious. Within the 10th episode, due to the disbandment of Meowth's alliance, Smeargle utilized this opportunity to invite Piplup into his alliance, to which they agreed. Within the same episode, he was placed within the bottom two alongside myself due to receiving the lowest score in the challenge. However, due to Gastrodon's sabotage, I was unfortunately the one eliminated. Within the 12th episode, he once again went out of his way to help Piplup, via jumping off the cliff alongside her within the challenge. Within the following episode, he consulted Lickitung, revealing his feelings regarding Piplup, to which Lickitung gladly provided him with advice. Later within the Awakeathon challenge, it was between him and Curlia. However, Smeargle fell asleep at a faster pace, enabling our team to lose the challenge. Within the following episode, Smeargle later proceeded to protect Piplup against that of Haunter, but failed to defeat him. At elimination, Smeargle was originally intended to be safe, whereas Piplup was eliminated. However, Smeargle did not want for that to occur, so he decided to quit in favor of her. However, it was by no means classified as an unhappy ending for Smeargle, as he finally revealed to Piplup his feelings and the two became a couple. So realistically, what factored into his elimination realistically was that his valor happened to be the cause of his downfall. So that is why Smeargle is here today. So that is all regarding the justification of Smeargle's elimination. Back to you, Meowth.
Thank you, Charmeleon. So anyways, it's time to introduce our final special guest. The 15th eliminated from Total Pokemon Survivor Island, displayed herself as a tomboy, and left via injury. Yet said injuries have luckily recovered over the span of 2 years. Please give a warm welcome to... Lopunny! Hey Meowth, do you mind moving that spotlight, please? So Lopunny, how was your time on the show?
Yeah, I was just about to state that you won't ask that question.
Okay then. Well anyways, I really enjoyed my time on the show. I just wish that my elimination wasn't via injury. That's good to hear, Lopunny. Speaking of which, how do you feel about the fact that you left via injury? To be honest, I don't care so much about the fact that I'm eliminated as much as the fact that I left via injury. I'm fully healed as of now, but I just dislike the fact that I was incapable of ranking within the merge alongside my alliance members, mostly Gliscor, due to being hindered by injury. So aside from Gliscor, of course, who would you say you're rooting for? Good question. I'd say maybe Venusaur himself, since he was the one who established the alliance, providing me with the opportunity to make such good friends. Or Arcanine, due to the fact that he's not only Gliscor's best friend, but he's also very much improved upon evolving, so I believe he possesses the potential to win. So had you not been eliminated via injury, what would you have intended to do as you progressed throughout the competition? That I'm not quite sure of. Everything that occurred regarding me would most likely retain if I were still within the competition. That's good to hear. So it's now time to transition to the next segment. Take it away, Charmeleon.
Thank you, Meowth. So anyways, during the time span in which Baneri was on the show, she displayed herself as a tomboy. to which upon doing so, Mansion did not care about the factor in the slightest, enabling Baneri to leave in an awkwardly displayed manner. Within the following episode, she alongside Gligar, Growlithe, and Machop were provided the opportunity to join an alliance constructed via Bulbasaur, to which she agreed, but that seemed to factor mostly into Gligar. There were a plethora of instances in which Baneri displayed the fact that she possessed feelings regarding Gligar, such as within the eating challenge with episode 3, or the instance in which Stunky received the final spot within the challenge with episode 4, but he did not seem to acknowledge this factor at first. She didn't do very much afterwards up until episode 7, in which in a confessional, she realized despite her feelings regarding Gliscor, her primary focus should be the competition itself. Later on, she managed to evolve into Lopunny, and as previously stated, managed to be capable of defeating that Piplup and Smeargle. Within the 9th episode, her and Mawile hid together from Zora. However, I accidentally gave away their hiding spot, enabling us three to lose the challenge. Within the 12th episode, she proceeded to jump off the cliff, however, did not land on any of the platforms displayed below, and landed into Sharpedo-infested water, only to be saved via Gliscor. And finally, within episode 15, she managed to defeat Gastrodon, or so she thought. Unfortunately for her, she was very injured via Tyrantrum, rendering her as incapable of competing. However, similarly to that of Smeargle, it was by no means classified as an unhappy ending for Lopunny, as her alliance swore they would avenge her, and in addition, she admitted her feelings regarding Gliscor, and the two agreed to become a couple once the game concluded. So what factors of Lopunny's elimination was quite clearly displayed, as she would obviously be rendered as incapable of competing via the injuries she endured. But regardless, that is why Lopunny is here today. So anyways, that is all for this segment. It is now time to transition to Truth or Dare. Take it away, Arbok.
Thank you, Charmeleon. Hello everyone, Arbok here, and welcome to my segment classified as Truth or Dare, in which you viewers were capable of asking one of those that have been eliminated a Truth or Dare question. So without further ado, let's proceed. The first Truth or Dare question is for Smeargle.
Oh wow, I actually received a Truth or Dare question.
Yes indeed you did. So, Smeargle, Truth or Dare?
Truth.
From Roman's TPI, Smeargle, is Piplup your first girlfriend?
Yes, she does happen to be. I have not had a girlfriend before her, so I'm glad to be with her.
Thank you for your honesty, Smeargle.
No problem.
So anyways, our next Truth or Dare question is for Meowth. Oh, so I've actually received a Truth or Dare question. Alright, go ahead. I can handle anything. Alright, but I'm sure you might not like what's in store for you. But regardless, Meowth, Truth or Dare? I'm going with Dare. From Ditto268, for you to admit that your efforts to assume leadership in Lickitung were a waste of time. What the hell? What kind of dare is this? I stated you wouldn't be fond of what was in store for you. And plus, you were the one who chose Dare, so I advised you answer it. Fine! It was a waste of time. There, I said it. Good for you. So anyways, thank you for answering your Dare. Fine, whatever. So anyways, our third and final Truth or Dare question is for Staravia. I see. Silas asked a Truth or Dare question. Alright, can't wait to see what happens to be. So, Staravia, Truth or Dare? I think I'm gonna go with Dare. From Bouncy Zoomer 55, for you to listen to an audio recording of Fletchling asking where you are for 10 minutes. Really? Really? Well, you were the one that chose Dare, so I advise that you take your Dare. Fine, just play the goddamn recording.
I don't know what eliminated means, but where's Starly? She's not on the island anymore!
1 hour later.
Starly, where are you?
2 hours later.
I don't have time for this. I have to search for Starly.
3 hours later.
Can you move it along? I'm all out of time cards.
Alright, thank you Staravia for enduring that. Yeah, sure, I guess. Alright, that's it for this segment. It is now time to transition into Low and Meow segment regarding special guests. Take it away. Thank you, Arbok. Hello everyone, Alola Meowth here, and I'm proud to present my segment regarding special guests. So today I have with me, from Ditto268's Total Pokemon World Tour, Cincino and Licky. Hey everyone, it's great to be here today.
Hey everyone, I'm Lickitung, and I'm from another TPI. I think.
Yes, you are. If you weren't, then we wouldn't have met or even be dating right now.
Ooh, right.
Anyways, Licky and I are here to help improve upon our relationship. That's good to hear. So what do you two think of the show so far? Well, despite the fact that an episode hasn't been posted throughout the span of almost 2 years, I would say I enjoy it. Sure, there are some factors that I may not be as big as a fan of, but overall, I'd say I enjoy it.
Wait, what show? There's another one besides mine? Mind blown.
Yes, honey, there are many TPIs out there.
Ooh, I guess since it hasn't been on for a long time, I just forgot. Wait, what's a TPI?
Don't worry about it. So anyways, now on to our main topic. Who among the current cast would you like to see win and lose the most? I personally would like to see Lickitung win. He was right to retain leadership of his team over Meowth. I would definitely agree with your statement, even if it does factor into bias. So how about in terms of who you'd like to see lose? I would say Klefki most likely. She has done nothing but complain ever since she joined the show, and her elimination essentially is being prolonged at this point. I see. So Licky, who would you prefer to win?
I would like to see Fanpy win.
Would you mind informing me as to who exactly Fanby is?
How can you all be so dumb? She's been there the whole time, and no one has noticed her. And I would like also for Peachy to win as well, because she isn't an idiot like the rest of you. I may be an idiot myself, but at least know what's real, like my relationship with Cincino.
Okay. I definitely did not expect that. So who would you like to see lose, Licky?
I don't particularly care who loses, because everyone else there are idiots for not acknowledging Fanpy.
Okay. So anyways, it was a pleasure to have you two join us today. No problem.
Wait, where are we again?
So anyways, it is now time to transition to the question segment. Take it away, Meowth. If you're capable of performing it well, that is. You know what? No, I'm not going to thank you. So anyways, hello everyone, Meowth here, and it's time for my segment regarding questions from you wonderful viewers. So in total, we've received 13 questions, the first two of which are for Smeargle.
Oh, so I've actually received 2 questions.
Yes, you have. The first of which, from Aiden Kerr, Smeargle, what is your biggest regret?
Oh, good question, Aiden. Well, I'd have to say it would be quitting, as I stated previously, since I stated that I regret doing so, yet don't simultaneously. So in the aspect of having to leave people behind, that I would say is my biggest regret.
So anyways, your next question, from Bouncy Zoom 55, Smeargle, who is the person who got on your nerves the most on Total Pokemon Survivor Island? Don't be shy to tell us everything.
Oh, I see. Well, to be honest, there are not that many people that got on my nerves, but if I had to choose, I'd say either you or Drapion. No offense, of course.
Would you mind stating why that is?
Well, if I'm being honest, Drapion due to the fact that it was essentially hindering Monferno all throughout the time in which he was on the show, and you because you forced people into an alliance, and I did not appreciate that move to say the least.
Well, at least you aren't going out of your way to insult me like my sister. So anyways, thank you for answering your question, Smeargle.
Sure, no problem.
Anyways, our next 2 questions are for Steelix.
Oh, hello again, Meowth.
Hello, Steelix. Anyways, the first question you have received from Rowan's TPI. Steelix, how does it feel to be sabotaged and eliminated?
Oh, right. Well, as I previously stated, I never expected my elimination will occur so early on because I believe I would have been capable of ranking farther.
So as for your next question, from Dino268, Steelix, did you have any strategies in the game?
Well, as I stated previously, my strategy essentially was to help others via utilizing my size, so that would have probably rendered me as a threat.
Alright, thank you, Steelix, for answering your questions.
Anytime.
Anyways, our next question is for Servine. So someone bothered to ask me a question, I see. Yes, unfortunately, but regardless, the question you received is the following. From Roman's TPI, Servine, do you still think everyone is inferior? Is this inferior mocking me? The viewers don't have types, dickhead. Just answer the question. Isn't it obvious? Of course I still classify everyone here as inferior. Because to me, grass types should rightfully be superior to all other types. We've heard enough. Just leave. But I didn't even get to finish my answer, you inferior. Anyways, our next question is for Munchlax. Munchlax, I am not doing this shit again. Just get in here. Fine, Lack. What is it now? So Munchlax, the question you received is the following. From Roman's TPI, Munchlax, how does it feel being the first eliminated? Like I said, it was like bullshit that I was the first eliminated over Meowth. Anyways, thank you Munchlax for answering your question. Whatever. Anyways, our next question is for Lopunny. Oh, so I received a question? Yes, you have. Speaking of which, it is the following. From Ditto268, Lopunny, if you didn't leave via injury, how far do you think you would have made it? Good question, actually. Well, as I stated, I was hoping to rank within the merge alongside my alliance. So I'd say I'd probably rank before the final 10, since most likely not all of us would rank that far. Thank you for answering your question, Lopunny. Sure thing. So anyways, our next question is for Staravia. Oh, I see. So I've been asked another question. Your question is the following. From Ditto268, Staravia, do you wonder where Fletchling is right now? Honestly, yes I do, and I'm really worried about what could possibly occur regarding her. Thank you for answering your question, Staravia. No problem. So our next question is for Charmeleon.
Oh, hey.
Hello, Charmeleon. Your question is the following. From Ditto268, Charmeleon, did you have any alliance plans that you were not a part of one?
Not really, no. To be honest, I just intended to progress through the game individually. If I ranked within the merge, maybe I could have consulted Lickitung if I'd been capable of joining his alliance. But overall, no, I just intended to fly solo.
Thank you, Charmeleon, for answering your question.
Yeah, sure.
So anyways, our next question is for Arbok. Oh, I see. I actually received a question. Speaking of which, the question you have received is the following. From Ditto268, Arbok, did you feel as though you're the weakest link of your alliance? Well, yes, somewhat. To be honest, I've never really been associated with that of an evil alliance. I feel as though I did fairly well within the second episode, but I wasn't sure what to do from there. Honestly, Gastrodon, Tyranitar, and even Skuntank displayed more potential as antagonists than I did, especially due to the fact that I was sabotaged via Skuntank. Thank you, Arbok, for answering your question. No problem. Anyways, our final 3 questions are for none other than myself. I saved the best for last, essentially. Quite the opposite, I'd say, actually. No one asked for your opinion, you little Meowth. Anyways, the first question I've received is the following. From Roman's TPI, Meowth, anything you would do differently if you were still in the game? Well, not really. Most likely I probably would have just taken a more calmly displayed approach to assuming leadership of my team. Anyways, the next question I've received is the following. From Roman's CPI, again, Meowth, do you want revenge on the competitors for voting you out? Yes, I would like revenge, but as you can see, I'm not capable of doing so since I'm eliminated. And the final question I've received is the following. From Bouncy Azumo 55, Meowth, is Alolan Meowth related to you in any way? Also, how does it feel to be a so-called leader? It feels great to have obtained something reminiscent of leadership finally. As for the second segment of your question, yes, unfortunately. The 2 of us are sisters, but don't exactly have the best relationship, as you can indicate. Anyways, that's all regarding the question segment. Anyways, it's now time to transition to the Staravia segment, regarding the question of the episode. This is Meowth signing off. Take it away, Staravia. Thank you, Meowth. Hello everyone, Staravia here. And it's time for my segment in which I ask all of you a question your reception will be acknowledged within the following episode of the Survivor Side series. And the question is the following. Who is your favorite and least favorite competitor still within the competition? So that is all for the first episode of the Survivor Side series. Thank you all for watching and stay tuned for the next episode of Total Pokemon Survivor Island. This is Staravia signing off.